strumming because it feels like that. But I'll just play more. Should I turn this off? I think so. They were on Ask.ri. I think they were on this table.
Someone is using these or no? Or you guys are only using these?
Okay. Closer where? Oh yeah? So tell me where I should be.
Should we leave them on that stand? Should I leave them on the piano?
Oh, fine. Okay, so it's this guy. Can I keep this on?
Still turn on. So don't turn it on immediately.
Okay.
המצגת בסוף, זה הדבר האחרון, כן. שנייה. אבל לפני התקווה. אבל כן, זה הדבר האחרון. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. It is my distinct pleasure to welcome you to the graduation ceremony of the class of 2026 for the Medical School of International Health. Please all rise in honor of the academic procession. And now, Professor Reli Hershkovitz, Dean of the Faculty of Health Sciences. Professor Alan Jodkowitz, Director of MSIH. Professor Chaim Hames, Rector. Thank you. Please be seated. Distinguished guests, faculty members, students, families, and friends, thank you all for honoring us with your presence. I've been hosting the graduation ceremony for a number of years and have never gone off script. But as this is the final graduating class, I figured it's as safe a time as any to do so. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Ro'i, and among many things, I am the Examinations and Elective Coordinator at MSIH. This means that for the past few years, I've been responsible for at least some percentage of the student stress level. Usually when students hear from me, it's in conjunction with an upcoming exam, a deadline they forgot about, or an email marked important. So tonight, I'm very happy to tell the graduating class there will be no final exams, no fun questions at tonight's ceremony, and perhaps most importantly, I will not be coming down into the audience to track down any missing documents. You made it. And now I would like to invite the Director of MSIH, Professor Alan Jodkowitz, to make his opening remarks.
Professor Hames, Rector of the University, Professor Hershkovitz, Dean of the Faculty of Health Sciences. There's so many honored guests here tonight, so I apologize for not mentioning everyone by name. I don't want to offend anyone, but welcome everyone. Professor Nitzan, our esteemed guest speaker, the rest of the honored guests, faculty, staff, family, and friends, those watching from afar, and most important, our graduates and soon-to-be doctors. Tonight marks the end of one journey for you and the beginning of a new one. It's important to mark the end of any journey and what learned from it. What do you want to leave medical school and MSH with tonight? Of course, your diplomas, don't forget them, but also your memories of your time spent in Beersheba. And some of those memories are not typical of medical school. To the best of my knowledge, sheltering in protected rooms is not part of the standard medical school curriculum. But I'm sure you have also fond memories of your first day in an anatomy lab, the first time seeing a baby born, the first time comforting a frightened patient, or making a clinical diagnosis. Those memories will last forever. You have also made new friends here. Value those friendships and try to maintain them. I still stay in touch with many of my medical classmates almost 40 years later after graduation, and they can be a source of inspiration, advice, and support, as they know better than anyone what it means to be a doctor and what sacrifices it sometimes entail. You also take with you your values and principles. Don't lose them. All of you came to medical school filled with idealism and altruism and a commitment to always place the needs of the patients first. I know because I interviewed some of you and I met with all of you in your first year, and that's what you told me. You also brought with you a commitment to global health. And you gained so much wisdom, and I saw you grow as people and physicians in your GHM clerkships a couple of months ago in Ghana, Peru, Sri Lanka, the United States, and Israel. The world desperately needs physicians who understand that what happens in a low-income country can directly affect the health of all the world's citizens. As we speak, we're in the midst of an outbreak of hantavirus affecting people from all over the world, and an outbreak of Ebola in Congo and Uganda. And it's shameful that the American government severely reduced funding for PEPFAR, the most effective program for combating AIDS in Africa. Global-minded physicians should fight for all patients, even those they are not directly caring for. And don't forget what you learned in Beersheba, and what might be called the spirit of Beersheba. And what I like to quote the first day of medical school every year from the great Harvard physician Dr. Francis Peabody. The secret of caring for the patient is caring for the patient. AI cannot replace the physician who truly cares for his patient or her patient and does their best to cure, sometimes to relieve, often to comfort always. But along with those values, we have also taught you a commitment to scientific medicine. What I mean by that is good science and evidence has to drive our practice of medicine, not mistaken beliefs, emotions, or the latest craze on the internet, which unfortunately can lead to a lot of harm. Along with the friends you made, you should also take with you the role models you have learned from during your time in MSH. Try to practice medicine like them and take their best qualities with you when you start to practice. And now begins your opportunity to be role models to the students you will be teaching. The role models that I have taken with me are those physicians who are caring, but also endlessly inquisitive about medicine and about people. And you also have taken from Beersheba resilience. Your medical school journey has not been easy, but you have all made it, and the fortitude and strength you have shown will only help you through the hard years of internship and residency. And lastly, be a force for good wherever your life's journey takes you. It is really hard to change the world, but every day you will have the opportunity to make someone's life even a little bit better. And believe me, that counts for something. Tonight we celebrate the completion of this important step in your own personal professional journey, which could not have been accomplished without the support of your partners, family, and friends who are also celebrating with us tonight. You are also honored to be the last graduating class of the international program, but more on that later. In the meantime, accept my warmest personal congratulations, future graduates, who, in just a couple of minutes, I'll be honored to call treasured colleagues. I would like to now introduce the Dean of the Faculty of Health Sciences, Professor Relly Hershkowitz, who, in addition to being an outstanding physician and researcher, is a shining example of those role models and mentors I just spoke about to address the graduates. Relly, please.
So I'm very excited. Each time I stand here, I'm really very excited. Professor Hames, Director of the University, Professor Alan Jutkovich, Director of the Medical School, Professor Dorit Nitzan, Guest of Honor, distinguished faculty guests, parents, families, honor guests, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2026. Today is an important and emotional occasion. After years of hard work, sleepless nights, demanding exams, and personal sacrifice, class of 2026, today you graduate as physicians, so I can applaud you. You can really be proud of yourselves. Kol hakavod. This celebration represents far more than academic achievement. It recognizes the strengths, maturity, and empathy you developed during years of MSIH. You arrived here from different parts of the world, and together you created a community built on curiosity, resilience, as Alan said, mutual respect, and support for one another. This year, the ceremony carries special meaning as the class of 2026 will be the final group to graduate from Medical School for International Health. With this graduation, a unique important chapter of the history of Ben-Gurion University and the Faculty of Health Sciences comes to a close. For nearly 3 decades, MSIH offered a distinctive model of medical education, one that viewed medicine not only as a scientific profession, but also as a profession grounded in ethics, empathy, social awareness. The program brought together students from around the world who wanted to understand healthcare in a broader context, across cultures, communities, and healthcare systems. Over the years, graduates of MSIH became physicians, researchers, public health leaders, and advocates working in hospitals, clinics, humanitarian organizations, and other areas across many countries. The program earned international recognition for its unique approach to medical education and its strong commitment to global health and social responsibility. The decision to close the MSIH program was an Israeli policy decision, which I'm very sorry for it. Over the years, MSIH established itself as a highly respected and internationally recognized program, admired for both its academic excellence and its humanistic approach to medicine. Although the MSIH program is ending, the principles that shaped it will remain part of this faculty. The emphasis on public health, cultural sensitivity, community engagement, and caring for a vulnerable population continues to influence the new programs being developed here in Ben-Gurion University. Class of 2026, as the final class of MSIH, you carry a unique legacy. You are a part of a program that makes meaningful impact on healthcare systems and patient care across many countries, and your impact will continue through the work of each of you every day. You studied medicine far from home, most of you, and adapted to unfamiliar environments during the especially difficult period in Israel and around the world. The past few years were challenging for all of us, and for you especially, in so many ways that no one could expected, through global crisis, war, uncertainty, and painful loss. Yet, despite everything, you continued learning, caring for patients, supporting one another, and moving forward. Many of you formed deep connections not only with this institution, but also with Israeli society and the communities around you. In fact, and I'm really very happy and proud of it, 16 graduates out of this class chose to remain in Israel. And continue their internship here. A meaningful decision that reflects commitment, courage, and a strong sense of belonging. These years taught you lessons no textbook could teach. They taught you how to remain grounded during uncertainty and how essential empathy and human connection truly are. The world today needs physicians who understand people, not only illnesses. Your education prepared you for that responsibility. You trained in multicultural setting, worked with diverse population, and witnessed how social realities directly affect health and access to care. At a time when anti-Semitism and intolerance are increasing, including with respected academic institutions around the world, your voices and actions matter. You can lead through professionalism, empathy, and your ability to build understanding where others create diversion. Before I conclude, I would like to thank Professor Ellen Jutkovich and his team where is the team? Your dedication, leadership, and belief in this program shaped an extraordinary generation of physicians. Thank you all for your tireless commitment. Also, I think no one could achieve whatever it achieved without the families and friends that are here. And to you, Class 2026, as you begin the next stage of your professional lives, I wish you success, fulfillment, good health. Many of you continue to care for others with sensitivity, humility, and humanity. Stay like this. Stay connected to one each other, to Ben-Gurion University, and to the values that shaped your education here. You may be the final graduating class of MSIH, but what this program stood for will live on through each of you, through the patients you care for, and through the choices you make as physicians. Go forward with confidence, compassion, and purpose. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Hershkovitz. I would like to invite Professor Haynes to address the audience.
Professor Alan Jodkowitz, Director of the Medical School for International Health, our distinguished guest speaker, Professor Dorit Nitzan, teaching and administrative staff of the MSIH, colleagues, and last, but definitely not least, our graduating class, their families and friends. Good evening, one and all. Our generation is realistic, for we have come to know man as he really is. After all, man is that being who has invented the gas chambers of Auschwitz. However, he is also that being who has entered those gas chambers upright, with the Lord's Prayer or the Shema Yisrael on his lips. Last Friday night, at our Shabbat table, Viktor Frankl came up in conversation. As a result, I spent much of Shabbat rereading the book he wrote in 1946, Man's Search for Meaning. Viktor Frankl was a Jewish, Austrian-trained MD, neurologist and psychiatrist, a Holocaust survivor who attempted to explain the reality of the work and concentration camps and the psychological mechanism of survival. After describing how even in untold suffering, when there is absolutely no hope and nothing tangible to hold on to, meaning can be found, he cites Nietzsche, who wrote, "He who has a why to live can bear with almost any how." Frankl's Why in the camps was the manuscript of the book he intended to write that was taken away from him in Auschwitz. And even though it would have been easier to abandon all hope, and as he says, the chances of survival were negligible, he still hung on to the why and was able to bear the utmost suffering and horrors of the camps. The last sentence of his book, which I cited above, is a powerful conclusion of the book and a reminder that though humans have the potential to be evil, even those who are the victims of this evil do not lose all their agency and still have the capability to decide how to react, face, and deal with it. Eli Sharabi, one of the hostages released from Gaza after 491 days, who on his release discovered that his wife Lian, Noah and Yahel, along with his brother Yossi, were murdered, said that Hirsch Goldberg Polin, one of the group of 6 hostages murdered in the tunnels by the Hamas, with whom he spent some time early on in his captivity, cited Frankl, citing Nietzsche, "He who has a why to live can bear with almost any how." And that gave him the motivation and strength to survive his ordeal. It seems to me that all of you have your why. You've chosen to dedicate your lives to healing others, to improving the quality of life, to being there at moments when people are in pain and will expect your help. I hope that you will never have to bear or experience anything close to the how of Viktor Frankl. Yet as doctors, as graduates of the MSIH embarking on your careers, you may find yourself in situations where you must make difficult decisions, hard choices. There may be circumstances when you start to question the why. I hope that the training that you have received here has given you the tools and knowledge that will help you make the right decisions and find the inner strength to hold on to your convictions, even in the face of great adversity. As you leave us to go out to heal people, and maybe the world, remember the spirit of Ben-Gurion University. Look your patients in the eye. Have empathy. Listen to what they have to say. You may learn something important about what ails them. In addition, do not forget to look after your own bodies and souls. Make sure that you take care of your own needs and well-being so that you can be better doctors for your patients. Find the right work-life balance for your own benefit and for those around you. The world needs healing and great healers, and I hope that your studies here have prepared you well for the tasks and challenges awaiting you. I would like to thank all your teachers and the administrative staff for their support, dedication, and investment in your success. These past few years have been anything but easy, personally and nationally, and you have faced challenges way and beyond most other medical students in the Western world. So you and your loved ones deserve a round of applause. This is a bittersweet moment, as we've already heard, for the MSAH program, as you are its last international graduates. The need for more medical doctors in Israel has necessitated changing the orientation of the program. I would like to thank all the heads of the MSAH and all the academic and administrative staff over the years. You bow out, together with me, I'm also finishing, with your heads held high, and you should be very proud of your achievements. And to you, today's graduates, be good emissaries of Ben-Gurion University of the Negev, wherever you end up. Please stay in touch and come back and visit. Good luck, v'hatzlacha to you all.
Thank you, Professor Hames. Now, it's my honor to introduce our guest speaker for tonight. Professor Dorit Nitzan is a pediatric gastroenterologist, a public health specialist, and a clinical dietitian. She worked 17 years with the WHO in senior leadership roles, including Regional Emergency Director for the WHO European region. She is currently a full professor at Ben-Gurion University, where she heads the School of Public Health and directs the master program, Emergency Medicine. Her expertise spans humanitarian response, emergency preparedness, outbreaks, health security, health diplomacy, conflict and warfare, and One Health with a strong focus on food security and food systems. I honestly cannot think of a better speaker to speak to the graduating class about global health and about the commitment and plans for the future. Thank you, Dorit.
Thank you, Professor Jakovich. Thank you to my dean, Professor Herskovich, and my rector, Professor Hames. Thank you all, friends and the graduates, the MSIH family. I'm so fortunate to be here with you tonight. And, you know, every graduation is really emotional. You feel it, right? You know what it is. But today, it is different. We heard you are our last group of international students that completed the International Health Program, which is our MSIH. That sentence carries a lot of weight. First, sadness, but then comes pride, history, and responsibility. All through my career, I met your peers, those who graduated here. I met them in the US CDC. I met them in the EU Public Health. I met them in WHO. And I felt so fortunate to work with them. But let's get one thing straight right now. You are not the end of the story. You are the continuation. The Spirit will continue with you. And let's go a bit backwards. MSIH. MSIH was born from a radical and beautiful idea that medicine is not just medicine, you know, cure and diseases, lab results and protocols. Medicine is about people, is about our life, it's about our communities and politics. It's about food systems, climate, culture, and dignity. This school has taught you to think further and to say not only what disease does this patient has, but also why did this person become sick here, now in this society, and how to prevent the next one. That was the visionary decades ago. It is absolutely non-negotiable now. But at the heart of this vision were the founder's father of MSIH, Professor Kami Margolit, and really, bravo. We're also looking to you. And my mentor, the late Professor Richard Deckelbaum. Together, they established this beautiful school. Let's talk a bit about Richard. Richard was brilliant, but never arrogant. Serious, but never heavy. Richard knew how to have fun. Remember that. He understood pediatrics, nutrition, One Health, and humanitarian response, not as separate subjects, but as one big moral responsibility. Richard did not build walls around medicine. He actually opened doors and windows. And personally, he opened one for me when I was a pediatric fellow in New York. One day, out of the blue, Richard appeared in the department. He walked to me and said, Dorit, you got a reward. And he said right away, a fully funded MPH in epidemiology and biostatistics at Columbia. I looked at him and I said, Richard, you're wrong. This is punishment. This is absolutely not a reward, definitely not for me. I disliked these topics, epi, biostatistics, data. I said to him, Richard, I don't need it. I want to work in the field. And he looked at me and he said, take a deep breath and don't argue. You can't see the full picture now. You are not there yet. Just go for it. And if you say no, we lose this grant forever. So it's your responsibility. Go for it. So, of course, I got punished. I argued a little more. I tried to get some friends to say they wanted it and but then I went for it because with Richard, resistance was educational, but usually useless. And later on, many times in life I was upset at him, but then I understood that he was right. That degree opened the door to my entire global health career, including 17 years leading emergencies in a response in the World Health Organization, in WHO, where I met many of your colleagues, and hopefully you will get there as well. I wish each of you will have your own Richard, a mentor who sees farther than you do, believes in you before you're ready, and occasionally tells you to stop arguing because they are probably right. My own path has crossed through Richard's road. I went to emergency, to humanitarian aid, food systems, planetary aspects. I really tried to follow his path. And many times I thought to myself, what are you doing? You are changing so many things. You're moving from one to one. But then now, actually, when I look backwards, I see that in emergency medicine, you learn speed. In public health, you learn scale. In humanitarian work, you learn humility. And in One Health, the health of the planet, people, plants, and the environment, you learn that humans, animals, and the planet are one single shared person. But now you're stepping out into the world. Wow, you have so much ahead of you. I want to leave you with a few field-tested rules for the journey. Be the person who carries the heavy box, checks the oxygen, listens to the nurse, and stays when others leave. Don't forget that. Keep up with the future, but know how to work when nothing works. Yes, learn AI, learn robotics, digital health. Your patients deserve doctors who aren't emotionally attached to something in my generation, which was fax machines. But also know how to function when there is no internet, no electricity, no mobile phone, no algorithm. When technology disappears, your humanity and medical knowledge must not. Use your eyes, your ears, your sense of smell. I'm not telling you to taste, even though some got really far, but try to really observe, ask lots of questions. This is something really basic. A sick planet means sick people. Heat, hunger, and outbreaks are clinical issues and justice issues, as of course conflicts and wars. Choose solidarity, not saviorism. Because remember, the charity asks, what can I give you? Solidarity asks, what must we change together? And last but not least, as Richard always insisted, keep your humor. Humor is oxygen. Even in the toughest places, joy is not a luxury. It is oxygen for our survival. Yes, this program is ending, and that hurts. But institutions are not just buildings or websites. They are people carrying values across the borders. MSIH, with all of you, the academic staff and the administrative staff, those who carry the work for years and years, will continue in you. Richard's legacy continues in you, not as a nostalgia, but as action. I wish you, adding on to what was said, courage, curiosity, happy lives, functioning Wi-Fi when possible, and the wisdom to survive without it when necessary. You are not the last chapter. You are the bridge. MSIH will continue now with Israeli students. Some of you that are staying will continue to be with us here and maybe to teach and take, the next generation into your hands. Go keep the promise of medicine, health, and humanity. Enjoy the journey. Love your families. Look at them here and at home. Laugh often, and remember, you are a member of our family forever. I salute you. I congratulate you. And litraot from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Nitzan. I would like to call up students of the graduating class to perform a musical interlude.
Start the metronome.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Hello? We have an emergency. Well, you can tell by the way I use my walk. I'm a woman's man, no time to talk. Music loud and wind and warm. I've been kicked around since I've spoken, but it's alright. It's okay. You can look the other way. We can try to understand the New York Times effect on men. Whether you're a brother or whether you're a mother, you're staying alive, staying alive. In the city shaking and everybody shouting and staying alive, staying alive. Oh, 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 staying alive, staying alive. Oh, oh. can't get either. I really try. Got the wings of heaven on my shoes. I'm a dancing man, and I just can't lose. You know it's alright, it's okay. We can live to see another day. We can try to understand the New York Times effect on man. Whether you're a brother or whether you're a mother, and staying alive, staying alive. Feel the city breaking, everybody shaking, and we're staying alive, staying alive. Ah, 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 staying alive, staying alive. Ah, 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 staying alive. We've got a pulse. הייתי בפריז וגם ברומא, ראיתי את שבעת פלאי תבל, בקוטב הצפוני וגם דרומה, אכן מקום כמו ארץ ישראל. וכמו גויות שונות יפות, תמונות בזיכרוני יפות, מבעד עדשה של מצלמה, ותן מילי אותן עשה, בכל מקום, בכל מסע, איתי פסיפס מתוך תמונה שלמה. שלום לך ארץ נהדרת, עבדך אדם נושא לך שיר מזמור, גם אם לעתים נודד אני עטרת, מה טוב למדוד אך טוב יותר לחזור. צריכי המגדלים בירושלים, וסמטאות השוק הצבעוני, גגות רפים של גבעתיים, אני באתי מבעד חלוני. את האביב בתל אביב, את סבתי ואת סבי, את החלב ואת נרות שבת, את ים המלח ומדום ואשתות סופה לסתום, ואת הקיץ רוח האלוה. שלום לך ארץ נהדרת, עבדך אדם נושא לך שיר מזמור, גם אם לעתים נודד אני עטרת, מה טוב למדוד אך טוב יותר לחזור. שלום לך ארץ נהדרת, שלום שלום ולא להתראות, גם אם לעתים נודד אני עטרת, מה טוב למדוד אך טוב יותר לחזור, מה טוב למדוד אך טוב יותר לחזור.
Thank you. Well, what do you know? Music really does heal. I would like to invite Rector, Professor Chaim Hames, to read the formal wording of the diploma. Students, please rise.
I hereby declare that you have completed your studies and successfully fulfilled all the necessary requirements in accordance with Ben-Gurion University's constitution and bylaws. And based on your achievements, and on the recommendation of the Council of the Faculty of Health Sciences, the Senate of Ben-Gurion University of the Negev confers upon you this day, Thursday? The date here is wrong. Monday, May the 18th, 2026, the degree of Doctor of Medicine.
like to invite Professors Hershkovitz, Haynes, and Rudjakowitz to present the MD diplomas to our graduates.
Yal Amozig. Tahir Avnon. Chazi Ben Yakar. Rebecca Dreyer. Nicholas Heyman. Juliana Gershbaum Tobin. Mendel Gerstener. Yona Grossman. We're going to do an audible now. Ezra Nadler. Elizabeth Grace Hare. Mai Harris. Gabrielle Hashmi. Ada Hassan. Hannah Hassan. John Forrest Holcomb. Rafal Ishe. Brian Itzkowitz. Isser Korolnik. Jacob Cooperberg. Yasmin Langman. Ariel Esther Lehman Harper. Samuel Aaron Lehman. Tamar Lieber. Fang Li. Micah Matson. Hayden Matthews. Aviva Menashe. Aaron Faye Neiman. Steffi Pertovsky. Akiva Pudel. Sarah Robinson. Jennifer Siegfried. Rachel Chapin. Conrad Jacob Silva. Judah Smith. Arina Sokolkova. Okay, I think that's it now. And last but not least, Joshua Williams. And now in New York, Chaya Bracha Gordon will receive her diploma live from Dr. Lynn Cortell. They're watching right now live from me. We also would like to recognize our students who were unable to join us today. We'll say their names one by one. Rebecca Sivan, Simon Espit, Blake Findelman, Matthew Hogan, and Benjamin Honingsfeld. Good, thank you.
Thank you, professors. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to call upon Dr. Yasmin Langman. Selected by her peers to deliver the valedictory address on behalf of the graduating class.
Hey everyone. Distinguished guests, loved ones, friends, enemies, faculty. Tonight you have heard a bit about the folks who make up MSIH's history, but not yet about the amazing folks in its final graduating class. My credentials for giving this speech are as follows. A, I know all of their names, first and last. And B, I have spent the better part of 4 years witnessing embarrassing moments from each that I could recount here. I won't, but I want you to know that I could. What an uneventful 4 years it has been. From our program being canceled in the first year, to the war beginning in our second year, heating up during our third, and also our fourth. It's safe to say we haven't had the most classic med school experience. Not many people can say they took their psychiatry shelf exam under threat of Iranian missile fire. And we all passed. We actually did not start out with this many classmates. But as hectic as these new additions were, we were fortunate to gain every one of you. I am, of course, talking about the beautiful babies that were born during our time here. Shai, Neely, Selah, Yeti, Ari, David, Liam, Zoe, Dodi, Itai, Ezra, Itai, Izzy, and Hillel. Thank you for your invaluable contributions to the class. But our supersized class didn't get here alone. We had a team of one person working tirelessly to help us. Roe, you are a gift. We value you immensely, more than any gift card could ever convey. I must also personally thank Anna for accepting every late payment I sent in. I won't forget your kindness. Of course, we had the rest of our administration, and I believe I speak for the class when I say we all acknowledge the amount of work that you put in to help us. And I think our administration and Israel on the whole could tell immediately that our class would be too tough of an act to follow, which is why 1 month into our first year, they shut down the international program entirely. And listen, I get it. I would have done the same thing if faced with such a group of talented, fertile, hardworking, and forward-thinking young people. And forward-thinking we certainly were. Not many people know this, but we frequently received the critique that we planned ahead too much. They just wanted us to be present and live in the moment, and that's why they took it upon themselves to change our schedule on a near-daily basis. This program really has done an incredible job training us to be adaptable and self-sufficient. I also want to thank the friends, partners, parents, and siblings who were our lifelines and our first patients. Your support is everything and more. On a personal note, my mom attended Ben-Gurion for medical school, the 6-year one, not MSIH. I'm not a Nepo baby. And she gained from this experience at Soroka an expansive worldview, unshakable work ethic, and invaluable friendships that she cherished all her life. I'm talking about you, Professor Novak. I know she and all the loved ones no longer with us are somewhere up there beaming with pride and relief. Now, back to this class, my class. This group consists of some of the warmest, kindest, and silliest people I have ever met. Even you, Toronto. And especially you, Mexico/New Zealand. These 4 years have felt like a slog and a blur all at once, but the magic of my experience has been in the moments we've shared together. Every group study session, every chance encounter in Caroline House or the BGU gym, every Anki card reviewed over Hannah or Ben's shoulder, every meal shared, whether delicious Shabbat dinner or even more delicious lunch at Soroka Caf, every randomly political conversation attending physicians and residents would force us into, every poll that Forrest would send into the group chat, or meme from Hezi. All of these moments have culminated in this. Maybe the real medical degree was the friends we made along the way. Every member of this class has overcome tremendous obstacles, seen and unseen, to reach this point. Some have paused their schoolwork for new babies, military service, or to care for loved ones. Some of us have paused our schoolwork for other important causes like music festivals and Netflix binges on the couch. Clearly, there were a myriad of complications life threw our way. Regardless of what we have been through or where the next part of this journey takes us, we have done incredible work and should be so proud of what we have achieved. There is no one metric of success or universal pathway of fulfillment, but also maybe there is. I don't know. I have no wisdom beyond any of you. Either way, we have worked very hard to get here, and that's got to count for something. Moving forward, I hope that each and every one of you pays off your student loans at some point. I hope you win the inevitable lawsuits filed against you. And I hope that the only job AI will take from us is charting. And if radiology goes too, I think that's probably fine. I'm just kidding, Professor Jerrigan. While I can't say what type of legacy our class will leave on the school, I can say for certain that you have left an indelible mark on my heart as the gorgeous little rabble-rousers you are. These past 4-ish years have been tremendously difficult, and we've all aged like milk, but I'm so proud. I'm so proud to have done it alongside of you, my friends, the swan song class of MSIH. We made it, and I can't wait to see the doctors we all become. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Langman. Prior to concluding, it is customary for our school to present some special awards. I call upon Professors Jotkowitz, Terrigan, and Clarfield to present this year's awards.
Yasmin, that was quite a shot across the bow there. Okay, I don't know. It seems a little... Okay. Good evening, all. Welcome graduates, celebrant families, distinguished faculties, and friends. One thing we do tonight is honor the incredible educators who guided our medical students through the grueling journey of medical education. Now, you might wonder what it takes to shape a future doctor. If you think about it, medical students are a lot like fried fish. They arrive on day one fresh, raw, and full of potential. Then we immediately throw them into a batter of biochemistry, coat them in layers of anatomy and microbiology, and drop them directly into the boiling oil of third-year clinical rotations. By the time they reach graduation, they are completely drained of moisture, though thoroughly battered by attending physicians during morning rounds, and their brains are absolutely fried from board exams. And we had a lot of fish to fry. It truly takes a masterful chef, an exceptional teacher, to properly prepare them into a crisp, polished, high-quality physician instead of a burnt, soggy mess. So for this year's awardee, I'd like to call upon Dr. Tal Broche. Dr. Broche is a masterful teacher who takes pride in his course and has used innovative methods to culture interest and excitement in microbiology. Culture interest. Nothing? Thank you. We are fortunate to count him amongst our faculty. It's my pleasure to present him with this year's Pre-Clinical Teaching Award. Do we actually have the award? Where are they? There you go.
Okay, the next award is for excellence in clinical teaching, and this reward is special to me. It's given to one of my former students 25 years ago, who also became a resident and now a attending physician at Soroka, and is an amazing role model for what it is to be a clinician, an outstanding doctor, a caring doctor, a teacher, and someone who really cares about the internal medicine clerkship. So it's really my honor to give this award for excellence as a clinical teacher to Dr. Jenya Bradestein.
My name is Mark Clarfield, and it's my honor to give out some lovely awards tonight. The first one, we've already heard about Richard Deckelbaum, the late Richard Deckelbaum, who did many, many wonderful things in this world. He did one bad thing. He forced me to be a head of the school for a number of years, just like he really didn't give me any choice. But we loved him, and we miss him terribly. And I think that this award is reflective, really, of the person he was, as we've heard. I won't bore you because you've already heard the kind of person Richard was. But that's the thing I'll say. This year's recipient is Dr. Judith Smith. In recognition of his consistent contribution to the function and spirit of the Global Health and Medicine curriculum. The second award is for clinical excellence, and before a global health physician is a global health physician, he or she or they are physicians. And so I think it's really a lovely honor to be given this award for clinical excellence, and I call upon Carmi Margolis, who you'll hear more about and from later, who together we will give the award in his name to Dr. Yona Grossman. The third award is in memory of Sakal Kiev. Now, the staff remembers Sakal, the students, you wouldn't have known him. He was a wonderful, wonderful guy, a little bit older than the average student, from Cambodia. Am I right? From Cambodia. He came here with his wife and 5 children, some of whom were, one was 4 children, one was born here. So he's a wimp compared to some of you, but he was a wonderful, wonderful person. And I had the privilege of visiting him sort of on his deathbed. He was in his 4th year, and he died in 4th year. And we invited his lovely wife and their kids to come up and get his degree posthumously. It was a very, very moving time, and I think that an award given in his name, the Sakal Kiev Celebration of Life in Medicine. He really always had a smile on his face, for modeling the qualities of respect, involvement, kindness, and compassion with humor, joy, and zest for life. Dr. Myhars. Now, I think, if I'm not wrong, 3 out of 4 of the winners were Canadian. Or are Canadian. Is that correct? Is that right? Am I right? Moi aussi. The final award for this evening is for, and this is in the Department of Conflict of Interest I've ever heard. This award recipient, in recognition of her, you'll hear who it is, compassion, collaborative, and scientifically excellent care to patients, both individually and in activities which furthered humanism in MSIH. It's named after Dr. A. Mark Clarfield. I think they should have had someone else give it, but anyway. So, Gabrielle Hashman. Gabrielle, excuse me.
This year we're going to give a special award to 3 of your classmates, a certificate of appreciation for their service to the country, and really in thanks and recognition for all the days of Miluim they did over the past 3 years, and to exceed in their studies and graduate medical school. So we'd like to call upon Dr. Hezi Ben-Yakar, Dr. Brian Itzkowitz, and Dr. Akiva Podell. Okay, fine, we're almost at the end. Like the graduates, MSH is starting a new chapter as we change from an international program to a 4-year medical school. But we will take with us the values of MSH that, as the president likes to say, that are in our DNA, combining service and dedication to the patient before us with concern and commitment to the health of all citizens of the world, wherever they may be. That is our heritage and duty. I'd just like to take a few minutes to recognize the founders of MSAH. Professor Yaakov Henkin, who's here. He's the first academic coordinator. Dr. Stavi Baram, I think she's in the audience. Somewhere. Who's the first administrative director of MSH. And I'd like to call up Professor Carmi Margali, who was the first director of MSH and the founder, along with Richard, to say a few words, and then also Professor Clarfield, the second director. Carmi.
Hi. When Alan asked me to summarize everything I know about MSIH in 5 minutes, I thought, he's got to be kidding. Followed by 3 exclamation points and 2 question marks. But then I thought, you know, Alan, that's probably all you'll get. best talk about the original goals of the faculty and whether they've been achieved. What were those three goals? As they were told to you by Moshe Privas, the brilliant medical educator and first dean. Carmi, he said to me, when I came to help teach the workshop on medical education for the faculty to be in July 1974, Carmi, this faculty will have three goals. First, to create physicians who are mentioned, human beings, and relate to each patient as a person. Second, to work not only as specialists in hospital, but also in community clinics. And third, to improve the quality of every aspect of medical education, teaching, content, evaluation, clinical as well as preclinical. If over the following 10 years, 74 to 84, all of these goals were achieved, and one successful class after another was graduating, why did the faculty decide to open MSIH, which was called, we'll have to stay a little longer for this one, the Program in International Health and Medicine, together with Columbia College of Physicians and Surgeons. Richard Deckelbaum, my partner and co-founder at MSIH, put it this way. When he first met me in my capacity as education dean of the faculty, Carmen, look, tell the faculty you'll teach in English, recruit globally, charge US-style tuition, and make a lot of money. Just like the Tel Aviv University and Haifa foreign student programs are doing right now. And Columbia will put its name on the school and make the faculty famous. This seemed like fun to Yaakov Henkin and me, and to a bunch of other faculty members, but unlikely to happen. But 6 months later, major approvals were in place, and Richard had arranged for me to meet with Dean Pardes. Yeah, he had a Hebrew name, even though, well, I won't continue. Had arranged for me to meet Dean Pardes for the final go-ahead. I knew that Pardes was a famous psychiatrist, but not that as dean, he was strictly no chit-chat, stick to essentials. He asked what was different about the new program. And when I started to answer, he said, Dr. Margolis, you don't imagine Columbia is interested in starting another fifth pathway school in Israel. Do you? I was in shock. Richard, I thought, why didn't you prepare me for this? I didn't know what to answer. Then he said, but if you will teach community medicine the way Deckelbaum says you will, and throw in a little bit of this new global health stuff, that definitely is of interest to us. So we opened later in 1998, and MSIH's success is history. It's your history. But we're left with a problem. Did we succeed? We don't have a single solid research study that demonstrates whether we succeeded. But I would suggest that an experience that I had a few months ago in a shoe store may give the answer. Shoe store in Tel Aviv. What's it called again, Adina?
Barefoot shoes.
Barefoot shoes. After this very pleasant, knowledgeable salesman finished selling Adina a very expensive pair of shoes, he wanted to know where we were from and what we did. So we told him we were from Beersheba, and I was the professor of pediatrics, still teaching. And he was very excited and said to us, you know, I'm a medical student, first year at Tel Aviv University. And then he said, אתה יודע, הם לא קיבלו אותי בבן-גוריון. חבל מאוד בגלל שכולם יודעים שבן-גוריון זה הכי טוב. They didn't accept me at Ben-Gurion University, and that's unfortunate, but we all know that BGU is the best medical school.
I won't talk for long because dinner's waiting. You've heard enough speeches, but I do want to clarifieldify something. Some of you may be confused by this talk about MSIH ending. MSIH is not ending. It's just that the government won't allow us to take students from abroad anymore. But MSIH is continuing. We have three wonderful classes of Israeli students, and our curriculum in global health continues, and our plan to send students abroad in the fourth year for whoever can and wants to go will be funded, and maybe I shouldn't have said that. We will certainly encourage them to go abroad. I think it will be funded. So the mission of the school will continue. I had the privilege of taking over for Carmi, whom you just heard from, and Richard, who were the co-directors of this school. And I always enjoyed being with them because, of course, they're two very, very bright people and very clever and very funny. And it was always interesting to hear them arguing about whose idea this school was. And Professor Hames is a historian, and we know the great man theory of history that, people would argue about who made this up. I think they both did. And I also think it was a credit to all of the people that Carmi has mentioned and others that had the wisdom and the foresight to run this. So this morning, I don't believe much in AI, but I do use it occasionally. I looked it up. I looked up what's the best medical school that teaches global health in the world. That was the question I asked. And I got, believe it or not, MSIH is the best medical school that teaches global health in the world. Now, maybe an algorithm knew where I was from and they knew what I wanted to hear. I don't really trust the method. But it is really, I looked into this outside of AI. There isn't another medical school in the world that I am aware of, or any of my colleagues, that has global health as its central function and curricular concentration. There isn't one.
And that's a requirement.
And that's a requirement. There are other schools that have copied us, that have tracks. So some students can do global health, they have global health programs. It's not that nobody cares. There's a lot of interest in global health. But there isn't a medical school like your medical school, like our medical school, to which it's dedicated, and will continue to teach global health, but to Israelis, not to people from outside Israel. So I just wanted to clarify that for you. I just want to recognize, some people have been recognized already, but there are some old-timers here. Is Mick Alcan in the audience? He's not here. Mick Alcan. Okay, so there are people that were very, very involved in the school. We already heard about Yaakov Henkin, and Shimon Glick is here, who is always other people. Usher Moser's abroad, but there are many others. Lynn Quittel in New York, we have to give her a... where's the camera? I don't know. Where am I looking? Lynn has been at the school right from the start, I think. Right? Right from the start. And Stavi, we've already mentioned. And I think, Sharon, you were also here at the beginning, and Lynn at the... Yeah, so there are people here that have been with the school right from the start. So, Amanda, right from the start? No? Yes or no? Almost, okay. Now, when you do stuff like I just did, which is, you should never do it, young people, don't follow because you always forget someone. You always forget. So I want to apologize to that person or persons whom I've forgotten to mention, but those people that I mentioned really deserve it. And one more thing, Jodkowitz, before... Somebody has to recognize what you and Leora and the staff did. You're going to thank the staff, I know that. But I think we have to thank this gentleman, because this medical school... You don't even know what I'm going to say. I just said this medical school is the worst in the... No. This medical school would not have survived the last few years without Alan.
Thank you, Mark. Yeah, and we also we wish Dr. Quittel was supposed to be here. One of the founding also people of MSH, head of the admissions committee since the beginning of the school, and we wish her here and we say hello. Also, one graduate, we just want to recognize Dana Abraham, who is watching right now. Congratulations, Dana. I was right. So we're coming to the end. I just want to thank the staff of MSIH. It's really the last couple of years, and this year has been incredibly difficult. The staff works 24/7 for you students. I want to thank each of them individually. Sharon, who works for the schedule around the clock to keep Miri, who all this is responsible for Miri. Anna, who we pay our money to, and we thank her for it. Esther, who had to work incredibly hard to close all the changes that were made at the end of this year were incredibly difficult. And Alana, who does with loving care all the exams. And last but not least, the person who really runs the whole school, runs everything, cares for everyone as an individual is Leora. Where's that certificate, Leora? You want to come up? Okay. And also I want to thank the university and faculty administration led by Almog for all the support they give us over the years. So thank you. Okay. So just one last award we want to give, and what are we going to do over here? Okay, fine. We want to give a professor of examinations and electives. Now, why are we doing it? Can I say? Yes. Why are we doing it now? This is Roe's last year. He's graduating. In recognition of years of dedication to MSH medical students, you don't know how many students Roe has gotten through medical school. Okay, enough said. Okay, running exams, loans, emotional crisis, technical disasters, and so still keeping both the students and staff sane. Your support, patience, and problem skills deserve at least an honorary medical degree. Now we have a special presentation, please. And Roe will do it.
Sneak preview.
could offer you a warm embrace to make you feel my love. When the evening shadows and the stars appear, and there is no one there to dry your tears, I could hold you for a million years to make you feel my love. I know you haven't made your mind up yet, but I will never do you wrong. I've known it from the moment that we met. No doubt in my mind where you belong. I'd go hungry, I go black and blue, I go crawling down the avenue. No, there's nothing that I wouldn't do to make you feel my love.
Graduating class, this is a moment you've been waiting for. Please stand up. Hats away on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. And I call upon Ada Hansen to accompany us in the singing of Hatikva. Ada?
Hello.
Kolot balev av penima, nefesh Yehudi homiha, ufatei mizrach kadima, ayin letzion Sophia.
Thank you very much. Distinguished guests, please allow the academic procession to leave, and then you may leave. Thank you all for coming, and warm wishes to the class and continued success. Graduates, you may now leave.
No.